tell me, why did you decide to join the Fierce Emporium?
Feeling a little bit stuck. I had a few months off work because I had surgery. I'd fallen, or I had to have some things done fairly major in my spine, and thought that it was a good time to kind of have a bit of an overhaul and a reset. And then found you and found the Fierce Emporium online, and thought, wow, this is a bit different. This looks like it's for me and for people who've gone through similar kinds of things. So there were a couple of quotes in particular that really made me think, yeah, I feel like that I could have said that, and that encouraged me.
Did you have any hesitations about joining the Fierce Emporium, and if so, what were they?
I suppose the hesitation that I had was before I'd spoken to you, and so I think a lot of people like me in the mid-career have been exposed to a range of bad trainings in one way or another, and looking at it, I don't think it immediately came across to me how the depth that was there and how it all fitted together. And but then talking to you, and I thought, oh no, this is going to be really cool. So a little hesitation in that kind of that sphere, but talking to you made that go away.
Brilliant. And now that you're at the end of the Fierce Emporium, what are some of your personal big takeaways?
Well, I think the biggest takeaway is that it does actually take this amount of time. It takes it's a time commitment to really think about what's happened before, the patterns that you want to break. And it's not something that you can just kind of sit down, and it's not about just redoing your CV, or it's not about kind of looking at jobs that would be interesting to you. It's much more about this, what's going to make your life better. I don't think I'd really thought about it in that way before. I can tell you about there's a couple of very specific areas that of the program that I found really so looking at career highlights, or the things that I'd enjoyed or that I'd want to share in a scrapbook. I thought, wow, there was a really strong pattern that came out there for me, which I don't think I would have noticed by myself. And another one was a really hard going week that really looked kind of delved into my soul, and thinking about what might have got in the way. Thinking about nightmares was an incredibly powerful exercise as well for me that actually I think I will keep coming back to. But now I'm starting to talk about it, I feel like I'm going to come back to so many of these things over time and just reflect on them more and add a little bit and think more in the future too.
Oh, I can't ask for anything more. This is magic. So there are some things in the Fierce Emporium that you feel will be useful in the future to you, so not just one-off exercises.
Absolutely, yeah. So many things that it's quite funny. I took a while before I entered the final week because I wanted to review stuff, and then part of the final week was reviewing stuff. So it was really funny because I thought I just need to think a little bit about some of these things. And I think the other thing that's just so incredible is how, this is the kind of the psychology behind it is stuff that I know about, and it's so cleverly put together. It's really, really powerful.
But does the future look or feel different to you now?
Definitely. Definitely. I feel like I'm a lot more intentional about what I'm going to do next, and so really considering how I can take particular things, and in whatever my future is, I can hold on to those bits, and nobody, I don't think, has a perfect job, but it's about understanding what it is about something that's going to be give you joy, and try and fold that in. And I again, I don't think I'd really thought about that before, certainly not in such a intentional way. I think that's the best way of putting it for me.
Brilliant. Sounds like you feel more in control of the next steps.
In control, but also that I feel more free. And so I feel that I suppose before starting, I think I had a kind of set of broad, I think I was thinking about, okay, so how can I get myself to a point where I could be in a particular job or a particular role. And now I just think, I don't think I want to do that. And I think I've probably not wanted to do that for a long time, but that's okay. And I don't think I've had the kind of the space or the set of structured activities to really get me to think about what that next step is.
Brilliant. Oh my God, that's so exciting for me to hear. And a lot of people do come into the Fierce Emporium thinking, I just need to learn how to do this, when actually it's much, much bigger.
Absolutely.
And I find that hard to communicate, but you're communicating it beautifully. Thank you. And do you think, based on your experience in it, that the Fierce Emporium would benefit any other kind of people or in other sort of situation? Tell me a bit about that.
Yeah, I think the thing that really comes to mind is academics. So I was an academic before I had my current job, and looking back, I was quite stuck there, and I think this would have been really helpful to me when I was in that situation. I think also, and I think any kind of career where there's a pathway that you're really socialized into at a really early stage. So I guess medicine might be the same kind of thing. So people who, it's always been about, okay, it's the next rung, it's the senior lecturer, it's the reader, it's the professor, it's the, there's this kind of clear track that everybody around you is also on. And so actually stepping back from that and saying, well, there's a whole part of this that I don't enjoy, I think would be really interesting.
Okay, super. And I think that's relevant for the areas that you've talked about, but it's kind of relevant for lots of functional disciplines, might be finance, appointing to finance director, or anything that there is, just as you said, a direct upward normalized path that you maybe...
It's also this that and I think it's redefining what success means and what you can do. That's like, does it really matter if you're the head of a service or the financial controller, as opposed to doing something where you might take less of your time and give you more creativity and freedom? And I really enjoyed that as well.
Love it.
I think it'd be helpful to be honest for everybody, even people who don't think they're stuck. I think would be.
And it is. It's that sort of intentional career design, isn't it? And that I'm so glad you got that. Thank you. And I've just got a final question, and it's kind of a silly one, but what 3 words would you use to describe your experience in the Fierce Emporium?
Oh, I can't use 3 words. I think intentional is a really good one. It's not really. I think, and it's not a word. It's more of a phrase. I think it's probably the biggest act of self-care that you could do. That's too many words. It's
all right, we're taking them. We like those words. No need to give me more.
And it was fun as well. I think it was unexpected. I'm now just giving you all of the words.
Love it. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming. Thanks for delving into it and choosing to do it and doing it so well.
Thank you.
I'm really excited about your future.
Excellent.